Hey everyone, and welcome back.
Glad to be back.
Today we're taking a look at Obsidian Entertainment's upcoming RPG,
Avowed.
Avowed. And you guys seem really interested in this one.
For good reason.
Based on all the sources you sent us, so to help us try to make sense of all this.
Connect the dots.
Yeah, connect the dots and really kind of like figure out what we know so far.
Right.
We've got joining us today.
Absolutely.
So glad to have you with us.
Excited to be here.
All right, so first up, just to set the stage.
Yeah.
Avowed is going to be dropping us into the world of Eora.
Familiar to Pillars of Eternity fans.
Yes, familiar to fans of Pillars of Eternity.
Yeah.
But this time around, we're going to a new region called the Living Lands.
Brand new.
Brand new region.
Yeah.
And this is going to be like a big island that's got like...
It's got everything.
Yeah, lush forests and like deserts and caves and all that kind of stuff.
I think a classic fantasy vacation, but it's gone very wrong.
Yeah, there's a bit of a catch. A plague known as the Dream Scourge is sweeping across the land.
Not so relaxing anymore.
Not so relaxing. So that's going to factor into the narrative somehow, we're assuming.
Yeah, we are going to be investigating that as the player.
Okay, cool.
An envoy sent to figure out what's happening.
Very interesting. So Avowed is going to be a first-person fantasy RPG set to launch February 18th, 2025.
For Windows and Xbox Series X.
All right, so mark your calendars for that one, folks.
What?
But
You want to play a little earlier?
yeah, they're impatient.
There's the Premium Edition, which launches on February 13th.
Ooh, 5 days earlier.
5 whole days.
And it comes with some bonus content.
Some early access, of course.
Of course, gotta have that early access.
Some skin packs.
Ooh!
A digital art book and the soundtrack.
Wait, hold on. Did you say skin packs for companions?
I did.
Okay, now we're talking. Is this where our swashbuckling fishman comes in?
We will get to our fishy friend, don't worry.
All right. I'm intrigued. But first, let's talk about what makes this game a little bit different from other RPGs that are coming out.
That's right.
One thing that really stuck out to us is this ability to switch between first and third person perspectives.
It's not something we normally see from Obsidian.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how that plays out.
Right. Is it going to be a seamless transition like in some action games?
Yeah, or will it be strategic?
Choosing the view for different situations.
Lots of possibilities.
Definitely a bold move for Obsidian.
Yeah, but they are known for their innovation.
Absolutely. And considering their narrative-driven style, I'm sure it'll work out.
Yeah, I have faith in them. So speaking of narrative, one of the articles that you sent us compared Avowed to other major RPGs.
Like Skyrim. Starfield.
Yeah.
And even Dragon Age. The Veilguard.
Yeah, those are some big names to live up to.
Big shoes to fill, for sure.
Yeah. So how do you think Avowed stacks up against those games?
Well, it sounds like they're trying to carve out their own path.
Okay.
The article praised the game's writing and world building, and it seems like the Living Lands might not be as expansive as Starfield's galaxy, for instance. It's like quality over quantity.
Exactly.
I like that.
It's more intricately crafted.
Okay.
More alive with detail.
I can dig that. So it's like a finely crafted short story compared to just like a giant sprawling epic.
Right.
That you might not even finish.
And that attention to detail seems to extend to the characters and the dialogue as well.
Oh, okay. So you mean like they're really focusing on strong character development and like making meaningful choices in the game?
Yeah, and that's something that some other RPGs have struggled with recently.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, so this is where I get really excited. The article mentioned a companion named Kai,
Yes.
who is described as a swashbuckling fishman.
I'm excited to learn more about him too.
Okay, so is he like a merman with a sword? Does he have a pirate accent?
Maybe.
And most importantly, can I give him a tiny little pirate hat?
We need to learn more about this fishman, but I share your enthusiasm.
Okay. But no, this sounds exactly like the kind of companion that Obsidian is known for.
It's quirky and memorable.
Yeah, they always bring so much personality to their games.
Yeah, and I just, from that little description, I can already imagine all the conversations and banter that I could have with this character.
I know, it's going to be great. The possibilities are endless.
I'm so excited. All right, I am officially hooked. A plague-ridden island, a choice-driven narrative, a mysterious fishman companion.
What more could you ask for?
Sign me up. But before I go pre-order like 5 copies of the premium edition,
Maybe hold off on that.
let's take a look at what we actually know about the gameplay.
Yes, let's dive deeper into those mechanics.
Yeah, the combat and like the systems that are actually going to drive our adventure
Exactly.
in the Living Lands.
Can't wait.
Okay, so let's talk about the gameplay. From what we've gathered, it looks like Avowed is going for a more classic RPG experience.
Yes, more action-focused and real-time combat. and lots of choices for the player.
Yeah. And this is where things get really interesting, because we know that you'll have access to like all kinds of weapons and spells, but it sounds like you can combine them.
Exactly. That seems to be the big thing.
Like dual-wielding a flaming sword and a frost pistol.
Now you're getting it.
That sounds awesome. So it's like they're taking what worked in Skyrim.
The melee combat.
Yeah. And the gunplay of the Outer Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of smashing it all together.
That's something new.
Yeah. I can't wait to try to pull off some crazy combo attacks.
Mm.
Like freeze an enemy and then shatter them with a sword.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. And of course, we can't forget about Obsidian and their awesome dialogue systems and branching storylines.
That's one of their trademarks.
Seems like Avowed is going to be no different.
Every choice you make is going to have a ripple effect.
Yeah, not just on the main story, but on your relationships with your companions.
Oh, right. Speaking of companions.
Yeah. How are they going to work in the game? Are they just going to be like those typical RPG followers?
I don't think so. It sounds like they're going to be way more involved.
Oh, okay.
They have their own backstories and their own goals.
Okay.
And they'll even have opinions about your actions.
So, like, what if I do something that Kai doesn't agree with?
Yeah, think about that.
Is he going to stay loyal, or is he going to, like, betray me?
Maybe packs his bags and leaves.
Oh, man, that would be rough.
Yeah.
So there's, like, a whole social element to the game, too.
You gotta think about your companions.
Yeah, it's like a strategy game.
Almost.
Oh, and remember those premium edition skin packs?
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking,
What about those?
what if it's not just cosmetic?
Ooh, interesting.
Like, what if certain outfits or gear actually impact how your companions react to you?
That would be cool.
Yeah. It'd be a small detail, but it could add so much depth.
I'm already thinking about outfits.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to give Kai like a dashing rogue look feathered cap, a silver cutlass.
And what about the environment itself?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The Living Lands is supposed to be super diverse.
Forests, deserts, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. So we can probably assume that each area is going to have its own unique challenges and resources.
Definitely.
And secrets to uncover.
I'm imagining like those classic fantasy tropes we all know and love. Right. But with Obsidian's unique style.
Yeah, like maybe we'll run into a talking tree that gives us a prophecy.
Or a mischievous imp.
Yeah, guarding some treasure.
Who knows?
And then there's the dream scourge.
Yeah.
This plague.
It's creepy.
Yeah, it's definitely more than just like a physical sickness.
It messes with reality.
Yeah, it twists people's perceptions and drives them crazy.
Uh-huh.
How do you think that's going to play out in the game?
I don't know. Maybe we'll see some mind-bending puzzles.
Ooh.
Or like nightmarish creatures.
Or even like alternate dimensions.
Oh, yeah.
That would be insane. That's what Obsidian does so well.
Taking us to those surreal places.
Yeah, where you don't know what's real and what's not.
Exactly. Maybe you're in a dungeon where the walls are changing based on your fears.
Oh, wow. Or fighting a boss that doesn't even really exist.
Only in your mind.
That's creepy. I love it. But with all this talk about plagues and companions and epic battles, we haven't really touched on the story itself.
That's true. What do we actually know about the plot?
Well, you know that we're playing as an envoy from the Ader Empire.
We're sent to investigate the Dream Scourge.
But there's got to be more to it than that.
There always is.
Yeah. What secrets are they hiding? What are their real motives?
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. And how are our choices going to impact the Living Lands and its people?
Big questions.
It sounds like we're in for a story full of political intrigue, personal struggles, and maybe even a little bit of cosmic horror.
Right up Obsidian's alley.
They always manage to ground their stories in believable characters and meaningful choices, but they're not afraid to throw in some curveballs.
Definitely. And we can't forget about that underlying conflict between the Ader Empire and the people who actually live in the Living Lands.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's definitely some tension there.
A clash of cultures.
Will we be forced to choose a side?
Or can we find a way to make peace?
Man, this is why I love Obsidian games.
You too.
They're not just about killing monsters and getting loot.
It's about the choices you make.
Yeah, exploring those complex themes and shaping the world around you.
And Avowed seems like it's going to take that to a whole new level.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground today. But with a game like this, there's always more to uncover.
So much to discover.
Yeah, we've only scratched the surface.
We have. So now we want to hear from you guys.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Avowed so far?
What are you most excited about?
What questions are still lingering in your mind?
Let us know in the comments below.
And while you're there, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us on social media for more deep dives.
We've got plenty more to come.
You can also find a link in the description to pre-order Avowed and secure your spot on this epic journey into the Living Lands.
We'll see you next time for part 3.
Wow, we have really gone deep on Avowed today.
Yeah, I feel like we've explored every nook and cranny of the living lands.
For the sunny beaches to the darkest swamps.
We've talked about everything.
We really tried to break down the mechanics and untangle the story. We even got sidetracked talking about outfits for our fishman friend.
It was a good time.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
But I still feel like we've barely scratched the surface.
There's so much we don't know.
Yeah, it's like Obsidian has this way of making their games so mysterious.
Yeah, keeping us guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And making us want to learn more. And Avowed seems like it's no exception.
It's got all the makings of a truly great RPG.
Yeah, it makes you feel like you're actually part of this world.
Not just playing a game.
Right. And Avowed definitely has that. From the story to the combat to the companions to the weird plague, it just promises to be an amazing experience.
I think it's going to stay with us long after we finish it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And we can't forget about replayability.
Oh, yeah.
With all the different choices you can make.
Different factions to side with.
Yeah, you can play it multiple times and have a totally different experience each time.
Exactly. One time you could be a paladin.
Yeah.
Next time a rogue.
Maybe even a chaotic sorcerer who just runs around with a fishman.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, you get to create your own story.
It's your adventure.
But we do have to be realistic. We've talked a lot about the potential of the game, but there are still some things we don't know.
Yeah, we haven't seen a ton of actual gameplay footage yet.
And there are questions about how big the game's going to be.
And how well it's going to run.
Yeah. And we do have to remember that Obsidian has had some technical issues with their games in the past.
That's true.
But they have been working on Avowed for a long time now.
And they have the support of Microsoft.
Yeah. So hopefully they've learned from their mistakes.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. I'm optimistic. I think even if there are a few glitches here and there, the story and the characters and the choices are going to be so good that it won't even matter.
I hope so.
Yeah. I have a good feeling about this one. Only time will tell, though.
That's true.
But one thing is for sure.
What's that?
Avowed has definitely got everyone excited.
It has.
So while we wait for February 2025 to roll around, let's keep talking about it.
Yeah, head to the comments and tell us what you think.
What are you hoping to see in the game?
What are you worried about?
What kind of character are you going to make?
And most importantly,
are you going to join my campaign to get Kai a little pirate hat? All right. Awesome. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us on social media for more deep dives into the worlds that you love.
We'll have more Avowed content coming soon.
You can also find a link in the description to pre-order Avowed and secure your ticket to the living lands. Until next time, happy gaming.